related to the fireplace. But when the scientists were doing research on this caves, on this fossils found in caves, or the fossils found in on the islands, they just found the bones, skulls, and everything. They also figured out from certain stone structures that the primitive hobbits were involved in, cutting down the stones, and they were pretty much using those stone structures for their living. But they were not using fireplaces or anything, because if the hobbits were using fireplaces, the scientists would have found out some structures which are related to the fireplaces. That means hobbits were not using that much of fire thing to cook their food and everything, right? Then they started doing more and more research, and once they started doing more and more research, this is what they figured out. A team of archaeologists, so there is a team in
Auntie,
of
we can.
archaeologists in Australia. Yes, I'm not sharing my screen. I know that, because I'm not. I'm just talking to what has exactly happened. I'll start sharing my screen. So in Indonesia island, there were a group of archaeologists. They discovered some strange bones. And then there were scientists from, team of scientists. The main scientist was Gerrit van der Berg and his team. He's a great scientist who has done a lot of research on these fossils. So he and his team from Australia, they've found they first found out that hobbits, I mean, I don't know who exactly first found out, because many scientists were doing research, but this team has done remarkable research, and they found out, like, hobbits made stone tools, because they found out certain fossils which were related to the stone tools. So they started figuring out that hobbits were cutting down the stones and doing lot of things. Then let me share my screen and show you. Are you able to see my board now?
Yes.
Right, okay. So now what the London laboratory, what experiment they did was, what they did is, they found something like a half skull. Let's say this is a half skull. They put like a lot of grains or some fine materials in this half skull. Okay, they filled all these materials, and I'm going to show you that documentary shortly. So they filled all these materials in this skull, okay, till the time the half skull is completely filled. Now, and this skull was a microcephaly brain skull. Like, the microcephaly is that condition because of chromosomal structural abnormalities. You have a brain which is very half in size or not so much developed. So they took such a skull, and they put like a half, uh, uh, they put like grains in that skull, and they put all of this in measuring cylinder. So there is a measuring cylinder which is marked with, certain like certain volume, like mls. So how much water you take in that measuring cylinder. So all of that. So they fill these grains here. Then once the grains were completely filled, there was no place for anything. They took all of these grains, put in the measuring cylinder. Once they put in this measuring cylinder, what they figured out was that it came up to almost 216 cubic centimeters. That is how it came to. Now the volume of the Hobbit is 400 cubic centimeters. So this was exactly half. 400's half is 200. So this was like exactly half. And that's how they figured out that a microcephaly brain was the same, almost small size as that of a hobbit brain. So I will show you the BBC documentary on how exactly stepwise this research was done. But the basic thing is, this research was carried out to figure out that a microcephaly brain size is almost as equivalent to a hobbit size. But again, there was some, like I told you before, some set of scientists which came back and debated. They said that not all hobbits will be same. Not all hobbits can have microcephaly. That means they didn't have any brain condition. It's just that they were primitive, and that's why their brain was small or not developed. In billions of years evolution, the brain started becoming big, it started developing, and slowly later humans were formed with more advanced brain structure or skeletal structure. So we can walk upright, we can talk, and we have more advanced brain, so we can do a lot of developments. Okay, now when this the more now in Hobbitt's research, the another thing they found out was, like, you know, some structure of teeth which were like that, which were not like a normal teeth, but you can call this like a 9 mm fragment of tiny molar. So that means these are not structural teeth, but because hobbits were primitive, these teeth were, you know, kind of this way, like, you know, like some kind of broken teeth, but very tiny teeth and everything. Okay, but the more and more researchers, like, you can call them hobbit or you can call them fluorescences, you know, Homo fluorescensis species, but they are mainly people who had small body, small brain, tiny molar, tiny bones, tiny teeth. So they couldn't even, you know, the way, I don't know if you have seen like that Hobbit character, which is like in Lord of Rings movie, but the way it walks, that is like a imaginary character, but somewhat similar hobbits were. So still scientists are researching. They don't know if it is like those species were like that, or, you know, there are more research done. So we cannot come to the final conclusion, but till now, whatever research has proved from this old fossils, that this hobbits basically lived more on islands. They had very small teeth, brain, body structure, everything. They used to not walk as erect as, you know, normal human beings walked. So then evolution take place. They were not crawling like animals, but they were walking, but they were not walking erect because their skeletal system or bones were very tiny. They were not that developed. So they used to crawl sometimes, they used to walk sometimes. From these, Homo erectus came in the picture, where people actually species started walking very erect. And then from that, modern humans came into the picture. Okay. So it was like, you know, they found a lot of fossils just which had small brain. Then they found also fossils where the teeth and the bones were developed. You know, so from hobbits to small brain to less developed teeth and bone, they found out little bit teeth and bones were more developed. And then they found out after millions of years, there was more development, more evolution, and the teeth and bones started developing more and more, and then humans were formed. So there were two things in this. Okay, then they started doing research why hobbits, what was the reason for hobbits to disappear, like dinosaurs disappear. There was a demise of dinosaurs. Similarly, hobbits were demise because of evolution. There was some conversations, right? So this is what they basically found out. Let me just quickly tell you. They found some skeletons. Okay, and then they took to the lab to do the dating, like the carbon dating of the skeletons, and they figured out the skeletons are, now this is very important, when they did research, they figured out that these were between 90,000 to 60,000, 190,000 to 60,000 years old. Okay, and then 190,000 to 60,000 million years ago. And then they figured out that in Indonesia cave in 2003, that so these skeletons, teeth, everything they found here, right? Later they found out that some 50,000 years ago, there were like some material they got on fireplaces. Like, you know, people, when they use fireplaces and all that, there are certain materials. If that things get into the mud, after several years, they develops these materials develop some kind of patches. And, you know, they found out some kind of fireplaces materials, which were 50,000 years ago. So that's how they figured out that hobbits lived in this structure, because hobbits' tiny brain, tiny teeth, and everything was found during this era. There was nothing found here. So between 190,000 and 60,000 hobbits lived. But later evolution took place, and the more advanced species started using fire. So they were more advanced. So then they had more good skeleton structure or teeth structure, and they were using fireplaces. Means hobbits were not using fireplaces. That means this were hobbits. These were more advanced people. You got the point how they are doing research? This is very important. You got the point how they did that? That hobbits were between 190,000 and 60,000. In this time, they found out the small skulls, the small teeth and everything, but they did not find anything related to fire. That means hobbits were not using fire. Then they found out in the caves certain materials which were related to fireplaces. When they went to the lab and figured out, the results gave them that these fireplaces were from 50,000 years old. That means hobbits never used fireplaces. Means there was more evolution, more advanced people who started using fireplaces. Now, latest research, what they were doing is that they took DNA. Basically, this is like a latest research. So they took DNA, and based on this DNA, they took this DNA to the lab, and then they figured out that, you know, this DNA sequence, the genetic sequence, it doesn't match with us. Okay, so there are some things that match with human, very minute, but not everything. So now they are thinking there were between this hobbits, or you can say Homo florescensis, Homo erectus, and between all of these, there were more species. Okay, and then millions of years later, humans were formed. Why? Because the DNA is not that much matching. So that means that there was a DNA which between these two, the DNA had a similarity. Then the DNA, then there was lot of many species in between, and then the DNA finally will match. So they are doing more and more research. They are finding out, they are taking these jaw bones, these fingers, this old skulls. They are trying to figure out if there is DNA on that. And then with this DNA, they are going to do more and more research to find out how humans actually develop from this Homo erectus or this hobbits and everything. Okay, so this was the part of today's topic. Any questions on this? Okay, so this is what you all have to do. I'm going to show you a documentary of 5 minutes now, what a research BBC did. And there's a lot of great research archaeologists and their team have been doing on fossils to figure out how human evolution took place. So if anybody is interested in those archaeology or any such kind of research, this is great for them to, you know, do more analysis. So I'll show you that. But what you have to do is by next week, you have to write whatever you understood in today's class, just make a small Word document, PPT, anything you want to do, make that, and I'm going to post that on the website. So make that and send me by next week, Saturday, to lifeiskidsmile@gmail.com. It's a simple email. Lifeiskidsmile, no space, kidsmile@gmail.com. So send an email here with your document, and I'll post it on the website. Whatever I have recorded now, I'm going to put that video on the YouTube channel, and I'll send it to the WhatsApp group, so you can refer it whenever you want to make this document. Okay, and from now, all these classes, you have this in your elementary and middle school. Okay, so we are going to learn it, so you're well prepared when it is taught to you in the school. We will also learn some topics which are not part of the school, but that will give you more advanced exploration. Okay, so I'll just stop recording. Anybody has any